Hello everyone, this is Easy Learning with Kalpana classes and we are going to learn today wind poem of ninth class and it is written by Subramania Bharti. Subramania Bharti was a poet of pre-independence era. He was known for his fiery patriotic poems and therefore was also called Mahakavi Bharti. But as far as this poem is concerned, it was translated by another English writer and poet A.K. Ramanujan, who has attempted his writing both in Kannada and English languages. Now, let's discuss a little bit on the title. Okay, see, the title of this poem is Wind and not The Wind. See, dear students, as you know that the article "the" is called definite article, which means it denotes about the certain or definite things. But here in the poem, the title is not "the wind," it is only about wind only, which means the poet has not deliberately classified the wind as wind or air. But here his intentions are clear that he may use the word in some other context, or in other words, he intends to give a symbolical meaning through wind. And yes, the poet has really used wind to address the adversities, hardships, challenges, rough time, etc. Okay, let's start the chapter. Wind comes softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. In the first line, the poet requests from the wind to blow softly and don't break shutters, means panels of the windows. It shouldn't cause the papers to be scattered down or thrown everywhere. It should also not throw down the books from the shelf. Next, he says, "There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again." Now the wind has acted violently and created mess. So the poet shows anger now for causing the books falling down and pages teared off from it. And now it has brought rain also. The rainwater can cause further damage to the mess in the room as it enters the room through the broken shutters. See, in the first few lines of the poem, the poet was requesting from the wind to blow softly so that it should not break the frames or panels of the windows, or, or it should not throw the books on the floor by tearing its pages. But wind has not paid any attention to the request and did all the mess by its strong gusty blowing, which refers challenges or adversities will not listen our prayers, but it can be there in our life anytime and can create destruction. Next, you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Now the poet has a complaining tone and says that the wind always causes trouble to the weak and fragile people or thing. The wind destroys all the weak or fragile houses, doors, weak and fragile rafters, etc. It affects badly or hurt weak or sick kids and of people of weak heart. Here, crumbling bodies, life, and heart refers to those who are not physically and mentally strong, like old people and kids. And then the people, then the poet says that wind acts like God, and those who are strong enough to withstand the troubles or challenges, they will be spared, but weeks will be destroyed. The poet has used the word winnowing, which is a process where farmers separate the chaff from the grains by using the direction and force of the wind. Chaff stands for weak and fragile people or thing, whereas grain stands for stronger ones. Again, the poet says, he won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to form the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this, and the wind will be friends with us. Now the poet is addressing us and says that the wind is so egoistic that it will not listen any request or appeal. So we should stop doing so and better to start protecting ourselves. And how we can do so? Well, we must build strong houses with firm foundations. We must further make ourselves physically and mentally strong to be able to face the challenges. If we can do this, then the wind cannot frighten or harm us, and thus the wind can become our friend. The poet wants to convey the message that if we are strong willed, we can face all the hurdles or troubles in life easily. And at the last, he says, the wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Here the poet describes the merits and demerits of the wind. He says that it can blow down the weak fire, but if the fire is burning fiercely, then it will make burn with a stronger force or more powerfully. In other words, the wind god is a friend to the stronger ones, but an enemy to the weaklings, and they will be destroyed under its force. Okay, at the end, I want to say that as I said, that the title has a symbolical meaning because here wind refers to the challenges or adversities of life. And if we are ready to face the challenges by making us strong physically and mentally both, we can come out of it by being more strong. But if we are weak physically or mentally or in both way, we will be destroyed by the force of adversities or wind. Okay, now this was the poem written by Subramania Bharati, Wind. And now let's take the use of poetic devices in the poem. The poem is written in 22 lines and it is written in free verse. There is no rhyming scheme. Figures of speech used in the poem: alliteration. The F sound word has been repeated again and again, like he makes strong fires roar and flourish. The metaphor, the use of metaphor. The entire poem is a metaphor because it ends on a note of application to humanity to stand against the ravages, natural or man made. Personification: an inanimate object is treated as living being, that is called personification, and here the wind has been personified sometimes as a child, sometimes as a friend, or sometimes as a human being. Use of anaphora, repetition of the same word in successive line is called anaphora, like repetition of don't, repetition of you, repetition of crumbling, repetition of let's. These words have been repeated, and the entire poem is symbolical because here the word wind symbolizes adversities of our life. Thank you very